We often think intelligence is about what you say, how well you argue, explain, or showcase your knowledge. But what if I told you the highest form of intelligence needs no words at all? It's the rare ability to outsmart someone silently, without conflict, without confrontation, and without ever revealing your strategy. Because silence isn't weakness. Silence is information. Silence is control. Silence is power. Ready to learn how to master it? Let's dive in. The first principle of outsmarting anyone without speaking is observation over reaction. Think about it. Most people lose battles simply because they react instantly. These immediate reactions expose your emotions, your triggers, your insecurities, basically your entire playbook. But when you stay silent, you're not just being quiet. You're watching, you're analyzing, you're gathering data. People reveal everything through their behavior, their tone of voice, their tiny micro-expressions, their posture, their hidden need for dominance, or the insecurity they're trying to mask with false confidence. When you speak less, you invite others to speak more, and in doing so, they expose themselves. Next, let's talk about the second principle, the power of delayed response. When you don't answer a question or react to a statement immediately, you create a fascinating psychological tension. The other person's mind races to fill the silence, often with their own assumptions and insecurities. They start to doubt themselves, questioning what they said and what you're thinking. They might even reveal more than they ever intended just to break the quiet. A delayed response signals three powerful things about you. You are not controlled by your emotions. You are not easily provoked, and you are not desperate for anyone's approval. Your silence makes the other person burn mental energy trying to interpret you, while you remain calm, collected, and completely unaffected. This brings us to our third principle, reading intent, not words. We live in a world where people communicate more through their underlying intentions than through their actual language. A compliment can be a subtle jab of jealousy. A joke can be a veiled form of aggression. An apology can be a tool for manipulation. A seemingly innocent question can be a form of surveillance. When you stop listening to what people say and start observing what they truly mean, you stop getting played. Words can deceive, but a person's true intent rarely lies. It's written in their actions, their timing, and the energy behind their words. Now for the fourth principle, use minimal expression. Your face and your body language must become a fortress, revealing nothing. This means no exaggerated reactions, no flinching when you're surprised, no visible excitement when you get good news, and no visible disappointment when things go wrong. This creates a profound psychological imbalance, as people can't read you. And what the human mind cannot read, it cannot predict. What it cannot predict, it cannot control. In any room, the most intimidating person isn't the loudest. It's the one that no one can mentally map out. Your neutral expression becomes your greatest shield and your most powerful weapon. The fifth principle is the art of strategic stillness. Imagine an argument. One person is yelling, gesticulating wildly, full of chaos. The other is perfectly still. Who has more power? Stillness always dominates chaos. In a conflict, calmness intimidates aggression. During a negotiation, your silence can force the other person to speak first, and in doing so, they often expose their entire strategy, their weaknesses, and how badly they want the deal. Stillness shows you are grounded. It shows you are not rushed or desperate. It shows you are not operating from a place of fear. People often mistake stillness for weakness, but that's their first mistake. They only realize you've been reading them the entire time when it's already too late. This leads us to the sixth principle, which is maintaining neutral energy. This is a game changer. When you refuse to reward manipulation with a reaction, the manipulator loses their power. When you don't give disrespect the satisfaction of your outrage, the insult loses its impact. When you don't give an attention seeker the attention they crave, they become confused and disarmed. People who thrive on getting emotional responses from others simply cannot understand neutrality. It doesn't compute. And when someone can't predict your emotional pattern, you become impossible to influence. They can't pull your strings if they can't find them. Let's move to the seventh principle, controlled presence. You don't need to dominate a room with your voice. You can dominate it with your presence. This is communicated through how you walk, how you make eye contact, how slow and deliberate your movements are, and how confidently you claim the space around you. True presence is not loud or attention-grabbing. It's deliberate, calm, and self-assured. It's a quiet confidence that says, I am here, I am aware, and I am in control of myself, without you having to utter a single syllable. People feel this energy, and they respond to it. The eighth principle is a classic, but crucial. Always know more than you share. The person who reveals the least information almost always holds the most power. When you're hard to read, people are forced to make assumptions about you. They might overestimate you or underestimate you. And here's the brilliant part. Both work in your favor. If someone thinks you're weaker or less knowledgeable than you are, you become dangerously unpredictable. If someone thinks you're stronger or more powerful, they become cautious and careful around you. Either way, you control the dynamic and you win. And finally, our ninth principle. Let silence do the heavy lifting. This is where everything comes together. Silence is an incredible tool for revealing the truth. It exposes insecurity in others. It brings guilt to the surface. It makes liars uncomfortable. It uncovers hidden intentions. Silence allows the truth to rise naturally, without you having to demand it or fight for it. It creates a space where things that are hidden can no longer stay hidden. Mastering the art of outsmarting people silently isn't about arrogance or being manipulative. It's about profound self-control. It's about a higher level of emotional intelligence. It's about observing the patterns of human behavior instead of getting caught up in them. When you master these principles, you become untouchable. Not because you can overpower others with force or words, but because you simply refuse to play the games they expect you to lose. You won't need to speak to win. Your presence, your silence, and your awareness, that becomes your ultimate strategy. If this changed how you see power and communication, subscribe for more deep psychology that will sharpen your thinking and strengthen your mind. Thanks for watching.